what strategies will you employ so that we can avoid this embarrassing situation where the government loses one case after another? Thank you, Honorable Richard.
Thank you, Honorable Kagusha. Let's take a couple, about 5, beginning with John, come to Aden and the Dimoshera, then we shall go behind to Osoro, and maybe we can have those answers, then we move to the next lot. So, Honorable John.
Thank you, Chair, and congratulations to the nominee for the road taken. We must confess we have met in court corridors with him, and I think he's equal to the task. One of the key things which are going to fall under your department is the Kenya School of Law and the Council of Legal Education. Of recent, we have had many complaints of mass failures at the Kenya School of Law. We have almost had what I could call as cat fights between the Council for Legal Education and the Kenya School of Law in terms of the administration of the exams, in terms of the curriculum, in terms of admission criteria of students to the Kenya School of Law, and how the exams are administered and undertaken. There has even been a clamor that we need to decentralize the Kenya School of Law and have various schools in various regions so that we don't have the Kenya School of Law only at Karen. What is your take? What is it that you're going to bring in that is new, that is going to ensure that there is harmonious working between the regulator of legal education in Kenya and the Kenya School of Law, so that we don't appear in the public like we have this disharmony? And secondly, as the Solicitor General, and I speak to this from a background from legal practice, one of the outcries out there is that the government does not honor court decrees. A lot of people out there who are involved have judgments, they can't execute them against the government, and there's a lot of hue and cry out there. What are you going to do that is new to ensure that litigants out there are actually paid their dues? Because we have a lot of money that's owed to litigants there who are very innocent actually out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Adam.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair, and welcome, Bwana Mose. Bwana Mose, the biggest issue that's facing our country today is the ballooning and the public debt. In fact, a lot of state departments and agencies who have sought opinions from your office were able to commit this country to that public debt. Unfortunately, today, the undisbursed loans are about 1.17 trillion. Debt that was taken with the advice of your office, the office that you aspire to go to, and that has not been used. This country is now paying commitment fees to the tune of billions. The question that begs an answer is, as a Solicitor General, do you think that your office, or the office you aspire to go to, is technically equipped to negotiate those complex agreements and do proper legal opinions and advice to state agencies and state departments? Because, as one of my colleagues have said, a few of the agreements we have gone into seems to be very unfair and oppressive to this country, to the extent that we are even ceding our sovereignty. So, what proposals as a new SG will you have to inject into that office to cure this very serious problem? Thank you.
Honorable Mushera.
Thank you, Chair, and congratulations to the nominee. Tying to Honorable Makari's question, KSL Act sets criteria for one to be admitted to ATP. And as a result of this, we have so many students who have a LLB degree from accredited universities but cannot be admitted to ATP due to, say, maybe they did not get a B plane in Kiswahili or English. And this leads to dimming of dreams for so many students. What would you do to ensure that there is an element of career progression so that we don't just kill the dream of our young ones to becoming advocates just because they did not get a B plane? Maybe somebody have all the requirements, they have a B minus. I see in other careers we have something maybe bridging, where if you do not get a B plane, we provide that you can enroll for language classes. Then once you get that certificate, you're able to progress. Thank you.
Finally, Honorable Soro.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I have just about 2 questions or thereabout. Number one, straight to the point on whether the nominee knows the work of Solicitor General and what his vision would be and mission and the accomplishment that he wants to leave when he eventually, of course, his term ends. That is one. 2, Chair, there has been issues about the Council of Legal Education as far as the ATP is concerned. Debates across board, others proposing for devolving the training, and others, of course, proposing that the same be done in universities. As a person who will sit in the Council of Legal, as part of the people who sit in the Council that regulate legal education, what is his opinion about, what would be your opinion about such? Like, what would you be pushing for? Do we still maintain status quo as it is, or you also have the school of thought that such be devolved? And finally, Chair, the Solicitor General gets involved in placement of the students for attachment in different places, pupillage and such like that. There have been complaints before on how such exercises are done, which is not really equitable across the country. Do we expect change? What measures will he put in place to guarantee the public on fair selection and recruitment process across on such a very lucrative learning structure? That's it, Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Shadrack, please take those hands.
Thank you, Chair. I will start with the Honorable Kagushe. He has stepped out, but on the issue of government losing landmark cases like the PPI, the NMS, and many other cases, as a lawyer, I would first and foremost state that in normal circumstances, government can win cases or can also lose cases, depending on how the matter is. That is depending on the merits of the case. Having said that, Honorable Chairman, I want to state that the State Law Office and my role as an assistant to the Attorney General would be faced with a number of issues to address and fairly address with the resilience. One of them is how well equipped are we as a state law office to be able to respond to those issues. I know for a fact that there are serious teething challenges regarding funding to the state law office, such that a number of state councils that we have in the state law office who are supposed to deal with these legal cases, complex legal cases, have their terms of service, I'm sorry to say, Honorable Chairman, are not good in comparison to the other service justice sectors. And therefore, what happens in the state law office, you find many state councils go there for a short while, actually squat in that office, and once they get a more creative assignment or a job elsewhere, engagement, they move on very quickly. If you look at what is happening in a number of justice sectors, they have actually offered very tempting terms of engagement to their legal officers. And therefore, one of the things that, if approved, that will still come to this, to Parliament, is to try and equip the state law office with resources so that they are able to retain, first of all, to retain the state councils that are there. And remember, those state councils are well trained, but because of their poor terms of service, a number of them don't have even the appetite. So one, I would insist, or I would urge this committee to assist us to secure financing through budgetary allocation so that we are able to retain very competent, qualified state officers in that office. Two, to also give us capacity to be able to employ or engage other state officers or other state councils to that office so that we have the capacity to be able to deal with the complex issues that arise. The other thing, Mr. Chairman, is that because of, I think, also the working environment that place, they are also squeezed. The state law office, those of us who have got an opportunity to go there, for example, you visit the marriages department and other sections in that state law office, it's so squeezed that at the end of the day, I am sure even the motivation to work, the environment is not enabling